What's good, y'all? We just saw John Wick 4. Before we say what's real, like, subscribe, comment below. I'm Nick.
I am Lawrence.
He's going to kick it off.
Yeah, so about this movie, right? It's going to give you all that action you want, right? It gave you tons of action, stuff like that, but it started to me to be unrealistic action. I don't know how many times John Wick should have probably died, right? He got ran over by cars. The big dude in Berlin knocked him all the way down. He gets up and just starts kicking everyone else's ass. The big dude from Berlin literally got his ass whooped, got up from the dead, and used his inhaler, and it kept fighting, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something. I used to have an inhaler, okay? You don't use an inhaler every 5 seconds. He used that inhaler like 4 or 5 different times within a minute span.
So wait. The first John Wick's was this. So I knew it was going to be like this. I knew he was going to be unstoppable. I fell asleep on the last one, yes. I almost fell asleep on this one, but I woke up in time to enjoy it. I really enjoyed this one, honestly. The one scene where they're giving the camera view above, and he's shooting through that hole, that was lit.
With the flamethrower gun?
Yes, that was absolutely perfect. Now, it is ridiculous, but I knew it was going to be ridiculous, so it's expected. Now, what I didn't like is Mr. Nobody. What was he trying to accomplish? That's why I don't understand. Like, so was he trying to protect him, or was he trying to save him so he can keep raising the bounty so he can kill him? But at the end, he still wasn't going to kill him.
The thing about Mr. Nobody, and I do like how he was a black man. It was kind of cool having like somebody actually, other than Lawrence Fishburne in the movie, actually help out or whatnot.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with him was, and it's just me, the dog seemed like he was doing most of the work.
And the dog was damn near unstoppable too.
Yes. The dog was definitely unstoppable.
Didn't the dog get hit by a car?
Yes, he got hit by a car, and guess what? Nothing happened to him.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. He was Crypto the super dog.
Clifford would be jealous. He'd be like, hey, how is this possible? Bruh, I did like him. I like the blind dude. Blind dude was lit.
Kane
was lit. So using the motion sensors to like get a surrounding so he can hear it, that was dope. That reminds me of like just any anime that I watch with some blind dude that's kicking everybody's ass. So I really enjoyed that part. Like I said, all the fighting and stuff was good. You can't go in this movie and not enjoy the fighting and all the shooting and stuff like that.
The shooting and the fighting is good, but it is the same redundant thing over and over and over again. We know what his main use of killing people is. It's a gun. And I don't know how many times, I'm trying to think, how many different times did we see like 15 to 20 people and just him, and him just, and that's my thing. There's not enough adversity for John Wick. The adversity doesn't come until the end. Like if someone has a $40 million bounty on your head and there's like hundreds of people coming after you, you're gonna get hit a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You're gonna have some issues and some problems. He just had no adversity, no problems until basically the end of the movie.
So before I get into my gripes, I love football, you love football. I'm sure you watch it, but didn't dude look like Joe Burrow? The main, I don't know what they call him, the masker, the grand.
Really? You thought he looked like Joe Burrow?
He looked like Joe Burrow to me, and that's all I could think about the whole movie. And on top of that, I was pissed because he couldn't do John Wick himself. He kept sending all these people, which is expected because he's the big guy. He don't want to get his hands dirty. But everybody in these clubs and hotels, they all have fighting skills. They all have fighting skills. How's this one dude who has the most power, how do you even get to where he at without it?
So it's funny you say he looked like someone. I actually thought at first it was Rami Malek. So that's what I thought it was at first.
Sure.
And then I realized, oh shoot, that's not him. But with him, he did, once again, I don't know how many times I've seen this. but he was like seeming like he was gonna be a great villain. I was all interested in him.
Yes.
In the beginning, you know, he killed the concierge, Lance Reddick, who actually passed away this past week. Rest in peace to him.
What is his name?
Well, his real name is Lance Reddick.
No, I'm talking about the Joe Burrow.
I think his name's like Bill Skarsgård, something like that. His real name.
His suits was fire. All them suits was fire. All of them. That they should have. Why doesn't John Wick switch suits? Get some color or something.
He did.
It's the same black.
Lawrence Fishburne did come in there and give us at the end because you know what? He was getting buried, and we gonna get to that later because his ass did get buried. Loving husband, yes sir. I'm glad your ass is in that grave because I don't want to see no more of these motherfuckers. That is it. 1 through 4, that is it. I am done with this shit.
I'm mad. He's alive. He's not alive. I'm mad. I wanted one more with the Asian chick because she was gonna get revenge. I wanted one more. Now, if you watch, did you stay at the end?
They can do a spinoff.
Did you see the end? The end credits?
No, well, I know they're doing a spinoff though.
They have end credits. Stay for the end credits.
Make sure you stay for like 10 minutes because I was there for 5 minutes waiting and I didn't see shit.
No, it's more like 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yes, I enjoyed her because she was kicking ass in the beginning.
You enjoy her?
Yeah, man, what? You ain't like her?
I'm gonna be honest with you. She did nothing for me.
Oh,
she didn't do a damn thing for me. All I saw was a woman who was bitching and moaning at John Wick. You shouldn't be here, and I was just annoyed with hearing her talk that shit. Because you know what? If you don't do it, I'm gonna do it. And guess what? She ain't gonna do shit.
Yes, she is. At the end of the... See, I wasn't trying to spoil the end credits.
There's a spinoff coming, I know. There's a spinoff of John Wick coming. And supposedly John Wick's supposed to be in it. We'll
Thank God
see.
He's not dead.
No. I want him done. I want him buried 6 feet under. I don't want to see no more. Because that's the problem with this. Like, Fast and the Furious, we're going on to number 10. They could have ended this when Paul Walker had passed away.
Yeah.
How many John Wicks you want? You got 4, and you went to sleep on the last one.
This one was entertaining.
Didn't you just say you almost went to sleep on it?
I almost, but I woke up when it went down.
So what part did you start waking up on? Because I was interested in the storyline because it was like, okay, he wanted his freedom. And that is all I've been waiting for, something new. Like his freedom, because remember, the last movie was because of his dog. So it was like, okay, this actually makes sense now.
All right. So I started teetering after the Asian hotel. I hope that's not offensive. But after the Asian hotel, after that whole fight scene, they leave that scene, it starts... I was expecting it to get dull, like you said. 3-hour movie, there's gonna be a spot where it's like, it's dragging. I started to doze off just a little bit, but I woke up when he went to try to get the family. And that family, all that shit was good. I was like, all right, bet, I'm back. And since then, ripping and running. For a 3-hour movie, it felt like 2. I had no complaints. I don't know why you're disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. You can't be disappointed in something you already know you're gonna get. There's no difference there. It's not a disappointment. It's like I'm waiting for something different, and you didn't get anything different.
You didn't think camera angles?
What about the actual action? It's the same action with this man every time. He didn't show you anything different. He still does this when he shoots people, and this is supposed to help him. He does the same thing. Ain't nothing new. They had the flamethrower gun. That was cool. I ain't gonna say or lie, but to say that saved the movie and made it like a spectacular movie.
I didn't say spectacular though.
It's the same thing. And you went to sleep on the last one, so you don't even know. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
I woke up.
You woke up, huh?
You could fall asleep for 5 minutes.
Well, you know what? I'm glad John Wick ain't waking up. I tell you that. I can tell you that.
All right. So what would you rate it?
I'm gonna give it. You know what? I'm gonna be you, Nick. I'm gonna give it a 7. A solid 7.
Before I review it or rate it, excuse me, did you have any questions?
Oh, please. Right. I would love a question.
They're probably, because it's cut dry, the plot is pretty one-dimensional. But my review, 8.5.
Wow.
8.5.
8.5.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? A 1.5 more, I ain't gonna argue it. So basically, when you give it an 8.5, right? That means, for what I know, this will put it on the same level as House Party.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, folks. House Party is a better movie. You stay entertained the whole movie. There's no spots where you almost go to sleep at all.
What did I give House Party? What did I give House Party? I gave it a 9.
I think
it's 8.5.
You sure you gave it a 9?
I'm pretty sure I gave it a 9.
I don't know if you gave it a 9, but listen, that
It's
to
two
me,
different genres.
yeah, but 8.5. That's kind of high. I can understand maybe like an 8.
Comment below what your rating is if you watch the movie.
Yes,
because
comment below. Let us know what y'all think, and it's all up for debate. That's the best thing about this type of thing, right? No one's rating is right. You know what I'm saying? So
I want John Wick 5.
Yeah, so I rather have the Asian chick get her own spinoff before I see John Wick 5. Because if John Wick 5 has him coming up from the grave, I'm just walking out from the beginning.
Well,
that's it for me.
I do have one complaint. Just the only complaint I have. Don't have him falling and being, unkillable and have him die from a small shot in the stomach. That pissed me off. Give him like a chest shot, head shot, something, not just this.
This is what I'm going to tell you. He need to die from one thing and one thing only. The way he killed everybody, it needs to be a pistol right to his motherfucking head. That is it. I don't want to see nothing else. Not no heart shot, no nothing. I saw so many headshots today. That's what he needs to be done from. And they need to show us that. I don't want to see at the end him on a step and him going, basically give me the Denzel Washington man on fire type of death. No, give me Denzel Washington Training Day type of death. That's what I want to see from him. Because that's what type of killer he is. That's what I want to see. That would have made a movie at 8.5 in my opinion. The way he died, that was not up to the standard for a movie that had all that action.
You ain't like when John Wick ain't shoot the last bullet. Dude came up thinking he was about to end him.
Yes, the headshot was great.
That was good.
The headshot was great. I'm talking about John Wick though. Did you see what happened? Take me home. Goes down the steps, sits down, and literally, this is what happens.
Well, if you notice, after all this movie, he did non-stop running and killing. This is the first time we see him tired.
Yeah, and folks, do y'all know how old Keanu Reeves is? He's 60. He's 60 years old, folks.
And that's why I give it an 8.5. Look at the performance on that shit.
Let's talk about the performance. One last thing, and they told us to wrap it up. One last thing. Is Keanu Reeves not the most driest actor you've ever seen? Like, every time he says a word. Okay. And that's it. I'm like, bro, when he talks to people, it's just so dry. You can't even, get into it.
He's a killer.
Man,
he's a killer. That's
forget that, man. Hey, like, subscribe, comment below, man. I'm out, man. I'm out. 7.